Hello, this is Karia again, and I have another video for you today. Today I am facing the camera. I'm like right here, but I gotta look right there, which is kind of confusing. So I hope I'm looking in the right direction. If it looks like I'm looking somewhere different, it's because the camera is in a weird place and I'm not used to being in front of the camera. Oh my God, I'm rambling. Okay, so I am in front of the camera today because I'm doing a Q&A, which I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it. They usually call it like you asked for it or something along those lines. We're just gonna call this a Q&A. I mean, it's a you asked for a Q&A, whatever. But I am in front of the camera today. So I gotta look over here, not over there. It's a little bit distracting. So anyway, so I have my questions here. So let's get us started. I'm trying not to be nervous, try to remember to look in the right place. Question number one is, will you be doing more live streams? And the answer to that question is yes, I would like to do more live streams. I am focused on trying to get a table. If you've seen this before, I've talked about the fact that I film mainly on the floor because I have bamboo flooring. So I mainly film on the floor, which is fine if I am not live and I can stop and take a break and it's not as long. Like live streams, the most popular ones people do, you know, it's usually for a much longer period of time than a normal video. Normal video can be like 5 to 20 minutes. But a live stream is usually longer because it lets people have time to come on in. And so it's too much for my back for me to be that way for like 2 hours. It's not okay. So I am working on getting a table. I found a table that I like, but I'm gonna have to go over there to actually get it. So that's gonna be coming up. And as soon as I get the table, I got a background from Jackson's. So once I get the table, once I get the background set up from Jackson's, I may order a slightly bigger one. Then I will start doing more live streams, and I'll be able to be set up to be able to do more live streams much more comfortably. So I'm super excited about that. So will I be doing more live stream? A lot of people ask what camera I use. I'm actually using my cell phone. When I started, I was using the iPhone 5, and I had that for, you know, like a year and a half or whatever. And then the iPhone 7 came out, so I upgraded to the iPhone 6. So I've been using the iPhone 6 since the iPhone 7 came out, which was like last year. I am not upgrading to the iPhone 7 because I need to be plugged in to the mic. I need this mic here. So I'm not going to be using the iPhone 7 as long as there's no headphone jack, because that's not me. All right. Will I do a video on odorless mineral spirits? There was always a plan to do a video on odorless mineral spirits. However, I find that things that say that they're odorless are almost never really truly odorless. They always have a strong smell, and because of that low vision that I have, I'm usually like this close to what I'm coloring. So basically my nose is right up on there. So I don't I will do a video on odorless mineral spirits, but it won't be anytime soon because I'm gonna try to see if it's a little bit better if I do it outdoors. So the table that I'm getting is mainly an outdoor table. So I'm hopefully going to be able to do videos like outdoor in my stoop. And I did a video in my stoop. There'll be a link to it up there. Or actually it's up there. It's in one of those two places. I did a video on my stoop. So I'll probably do it when I can film outdoors, if that makes any sense. So there's that question. What are your favorite colored pencils? I get this question a lot. And I will do an updated review. Hold 1 second. I know this is bad. I should have had this ready because I knew the questions in advance and I typed them up in advance, so I knew them in advance and I should have had them ready. These are my favorites. Hopefully you guys can see. These are the Faber Castell Polychromos. I got these. Originally I got a set of 60 for my anniversary. In the same year that I started doing videos on adult coloring, I got a set of 60. And then I went and I got, I sold a set of 60 and I got that set. So I don't have both a set of 60 and a set of 120. I just have that set of 120. Oh, and then after I got the set of 120, I decided that that was too big to carry around. And for Christmas that same year, my wife gave me a set of 36 that come in like a little travel box, which is kind of cool. And the travel box is all the way over there. I'm not going to stop the video just to get the travel box. Hopefully this is back. Okay. So there is that. Will you be reviewing ABCD product? I get a lot of requests for reviews. I try to, when I can, contact the companies and see if they will send me review samples. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It is what it is. I'm not that big, like I don't even have 10,000 views, 10,000 subscribers yet, which feels really big. But to a lot of these companies, they get requests from people with, 500,000 subscribers, and then they get reviews from somebody with less than 10,000. Who are they going to send stuff to? I mean, it's obvious to me. So I don't blame them for not, when they say no, but it's a reality. So I have the Patreon, which I think the link will be up there. I have the Patreon. So that's helped immensely because I was able to get some stuff for review, and I did a Koh-i-Noor review based on the Patreon. Matter of fact, I will do a playlist of all the Patreon sponsored videos so you guys can see the difference that makes. That's a great idea. So I will do that playlist. The other thing that I recently got, hold on, see, I should be better prepared. All right, so sorry about that. The other thing that I recently got is a set of 72 Inktenth. This is thanks to the Patreon for this month, as well as a sign-up bonus because I introduced my friend in Liquid Color to Patreon, and then she got a whole bunch of people signed up, so they sent me a bonus, and so thanks to the bonus and the patrons for this month, I was able to get this. So I have this for review, and this review is coming up, and I'm super excited. There's a lot to do, so it's not going to be like in a week because there's a lot here. It's a different medium than I've used before, so I want to take my time with that. So it's not going to be like in a week. It'll be a little bit longer. I'm sorry, I keep looking in the wrong place. I know. I apologize for that. So if it looks funny, I'll take a picture and I'll show you. Anyway, so that's my favorite things. That's how. And can I review anything in particular? So if you want me to review something in particular, the easiest and fastest way to get it to me as soon as possible is to go to the Amazon wish list and see if it's there. And if it's there, go ahead, pick it up. And when you do, Amazon will give you a chance to write like a note. And when you write your note, let me know that you want me to review it ASAP, and I will review it, as soon as I get it. Because I know that people put their hard-earned money on these things. So whenever I get something, I try to review it as soon as I possibly can. So usually it'll be like within a week, within 2 weeks or whatever. So that's the fastest way to get me to review something. I already answered the question of, talked about how companies send stuff, and we talked about that earlier. Somebody asked about my wedding ring. This is kind of a funny story, but when you get married, you weigh a certain amount, and then as you've been married for a while, you're relaxed, you're comfortable, you're not going to the club anymore. So I kind of got a little bit, which is fine. It is what it is. It's human. I'm older, but my wedding ring stopped fitting. And when we got the wedding ring, it was not resizable, but I was like, whatever, like my size is never going to change. Why should that matter? So the wedding ring is not resizable. So it's over there in like a drawer somewhere, but it doesn't really fit anymore. And I saw a replacement ring that I like. There's a number of different ones that I saw that I like. They're not super expensive because I'm not like a flashy kind of girl. So like one of them was like $150 or something like that. And I haven't gotten it mostly because every time I go to get it, I'm like, you know what I could get? I could totally get this, that, and the other art supplies to do this, that, and the other review. And but it will happen at some point. I will get a wedding. My wife doesn't seem to care. So, but I will at some point get a replacement wedding ring. I just have to actually not look at the wedding ring as like a trade-off for stuff to review. Like it's, I don't know. It's weird, but I will, it will happen. It'll happen at some point. You guys will know whenever it does. Odorless Mineral Spirits was my favorite coloring book. Can I review AYC? Will you do a completed pages? Yes, I will do a completed pages video. I have done one in the past. There should be a link. I think it's up there. And I will do one, but I have not done it yet. But I will at some point do another one for the new pages that I've completed. So that should be, that should be coming up. So, so there's that. Okay, somebody asked, your reviews aren't objective. Your review of XYZ was very unfair, and I like XYZ, and I don't care what you said about XYZ. Oh yeah, I had somebody get really upset about my review about something, and they were like, well, I love this, and you don't like it, and I hate you. And I mean, the person didn't say I hate you, but the person was really like very upset, and they were like, and unsub, which is okay. The thing about it is like, I'm a person. Like, okay, it's weird to say that, but it's true. It's like I'm a person, and that like very few things that I review are things that are really all that objective. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it is opinion, and I tell you my opinion, and this way you can decide if you agree with me or not on various things. So if you disagree with me on, say, for example, like I'm a big fan of, the Polychromos, right? Say you get the Polychromos and you try out one pencil or whatever and you don't really like it. Then like what kinds of things I prefer, so that when you look at my other videos, you can say, okay, well, I tend not to agree with her on colored pencils, but I might agree with her on coloring books. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to agree with me on everything, but if there's something that I dislike, I will try my best to give you reasons why I dislike it. I don't tend to just dislike stuff for no reason. Or if I do dislike something for no reason, I try to say that I dislike it for no reason. But it's not something that I tend to do. But I will say, like, I prefer this or I prefer that. So, for example, my feelings on Prismacolors have been, one of the things that a lot of people have been very displeased with me about. And they feel like, it's not that big of a deal to replace a particular pencil, and it's a great value, especially now that the prices have dropped so much. But I feel really very strongly that I don't want to deal with that. Like, and I know that I'm coming from a place of, where I have the resources, because I didn't always, where I have the resources to be able to say, look, I don't want to deal with this drama. I'd rather just pay more for pencils. And I realize that not everybody has that choice. But if that's, that's kind of my place that I'm coming from, like there's not really much I can do about it other than tell you how I feel. And I realize that not everybody's going to agree on stuff. And, I try not to be, just because that's the other thing too, is just because I don't like something that you like doesn't mean that I'm negating the work that can be done with it. It's just my opinion. So anyway, so that's a question that I get asked a lot. No, my reviews, the short answer, oh my God, I'm so long-winded. This is why I don't do these. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so long-winded. We never even got to the answer to the question. Okay, so the answer to the question is yes, my reviews are not objective. I'm a person and I'm giving you my personal opinion. I did add the cards recently to the reviews. Let's see what they are. So I did add these cards recently to the reviews. So the newer reviews will have these cards so you can see some kind of comparison between things in the newer reviews. But it's still not objective, because I'll still have my preferences and I'll still have the things that I like and the things that I don't like. So so there's that. All right. You should buy the products you review. You can't give an honest opinion if you are paid to review things. Well, I have done, I think it was one sponsored video, but for the most part, I think it was one sponsored video. Might have been two. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. It was when I first started. People don't really pay me to review stuff. They send me the products, and that is a form of payment according to Google, but it's not cash money. You know what I'm saying? I would love some cash money, but whatever. I'm not Consumer Reports. I love the work that Consumer Reports does, but I can't afford to buy everything. I wish I could. That'd be awesome, but I can't. Okay, I had no idea you spent. Well, how did these questions seem? Okay, let's see. Okay, I have more questions over here. Let me make it big enough to see. I do say a lot. I get nervous sometimes, and I will try to say less. One of the questions is, why do you say Another question I got is, coloring is for children and you have to learn to draw your own stuff. The only thing I have to do is stay back and pay my taxes. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's, like, I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to do these videos. I don't understand. That was weird. I have gotten that more recently than I did when I first started. When I first started, I almost never got comments like that. But more recently, I've been getting more of those. And I'm just kind of like, I have to stay black and I have to pay taxes, but that's it. I don't have to learn to do nothing. So that was, people are weird. I am learning to draw a little bit so I can draw my backgrounds that I like, because my backgrounds, if there's nothing in the background, then there's nothing that I have in the background. So I've been learning to draw a little bit just so I can be better able to draw backgrounds, but it's not like, you know, I'm not going to be doing, you know, Michelangelo's David or the Sistine Chapel anytime soon. How do you pick where to start in the coloring books? So I will take a coloring book. I've talked about this too, but I've never answered it here. So I do one of two things with a new coloring book. So let's say this is a new coloring book. This is a book I reviewed recently. So one thing that I will do is I will take the copyright page, if there's a page, and I will sometimes color that in first. The other thing that I like to do is to flip through and be like, which pictures do I like the least? And then work from there. That way I get used to the paper, because every paper is a little bit different. So this way I get used to the paper and it makes it a little bit easier for me to do. I almost never start with my favorite page. I usually start with the page that I don't like, and then I work towards my favorite page. So that's usually how I do, how I start. And I think that's all for right now. If you have additional questions, you can leave them down in the description, and I will do another one of these once I have enough questions. I will. Oh, someone asked at one point a long time ago, and I was supposed to do a whole video on this, and I never got around to it. And I don't know if it's enough to do a whole video, but somebody asked to advice on how to color bricks. So the thing about bricks is, like, you know, you think of them as one color, but if you look at them, they're all slightly different tones, especially handmade bricks, which were made by hand. So the best advice I have for coloring bricks is to just Google pictures of bricks, have the image with you, and then color those pictures in, and that will help you to sort of try to see the different tones and the different kinds of bricks. And I try to do, instead of doing it like starting in one corner and going all the way across and across and across, what I try to do when I'm doing bricks is I try to do just randomly, just do one random set of bricks, and then I will pick slightly different colors, and then I'll do a different random set of bricks, and continue in that vein, and that will give you a more natural, a more sort of varied natural kind of a brick thing if you want to learn to do bricks. So there's that. So that's it. This was long, and my eye is in a weird place, and I apologize for that. I try to remember to look over here and not over there. It's weird. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, there will be a link to all the stuff I talked about. It wasn't a question, but I figure, I would answer the question anyway. What's my favorite current coloring book? And right now I am enjoying this one. Even though when I reviewed it, I wasn't that impressed with it because it's double-sided, but it does take watercolor paints. So I have been enjoying this, recently. So there's that. So there'll be links to the stuff I talked about, my review of the Polychromos. There'll be an updated review of the Polychromos at some point in the future. And all sorts of various things that I talked about. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And once again, I apologize for the facing the wrong way. I do not like doing these front-facing videos. So if you like this video, let me know down in the comment, because there may not be very more of these. So just let me know what you guys think about these front-facing videos. All right, bye.